time to install Delta XP on this thing. The SD card shown earlier contains the setup files for a modified version of Windows called Windows XP Delta Edition. I went ahead and tried to boot into it, but the computer didn't want me to, so it sent me to the Linux Lite boot menu. Yes, this is a Linux PC. I did record myself exploring Linux Lite for the first time a while back, but I can't find the footage. If for whatever reason I do find the footage, I'll be sure to edit it and upload it as intended. It's scattered everywhere though.
Bruh.
So the SD card was a failure. I decided to try a DVD instead. Surely that would be easier considering the PC has a DVD drive, right? Well, no. You'd be surprised. Alright, so I just burned Delta XP to a CD. We're gonna see if it boots off of that instead. So, we'll power on the PC. Can it not get the, lid on? There we go. Let's hope that reads. That's cool. Let's turn on this cool new TV that I found with a surprisingly mismatching remote. See if it works. Kobe. I think that's an off-brand thing of Sony. Not sure. HDMI, no, that's not the right input. Okay, it does actually work. So now we have to, I have to Control-Alt-Delete because, Control-Alt-Delete. We have to go into the boot menu when it first, okay, so it's a little weird displaying this screen, but yeah, it's, elevated. CD-ROM group, I think. Oh, God. Don't tell me the CD didn't work. Yeah, I don't think Image burned the ISO correctly. I'm gonna have to do that all over again, and that took forever last time. And it probably didn't even go through all the way. God damn it. I'm gonna see if I can find a quicker one. And so I found a quicker ISO burner, although a little bit sketchy, and it did the job. So now I just boot into the DVD again and get a different result, right? Well, still no. Just keep watching, it's funny. Here's how it looks when booting into Linux, though. Let's lower the brightness quite a bit. What if we press down? That's probably more entertaining. Seeing all the stuff going on in the background. Man, it's almost as if a light isn't on right now, which it really is. If I turn up the brightness, there is a light on right now. But if we turn it down, it's almost as if it's like never there. I don't think it's gonna play any sound, but if it does, then that's pretty cool. My mom had some pretty cruddy luck getting some speakers from the thrift store, so if this TV actually does make sound, then that's gonna be cool. Because then I won't have to use these crappy speakers that don't even work, because these are like super weak. They hardly play sound. They work, but really quietly. It sucks. Okay, I think it's booting now. Let's see. The big reveal. There it goes. No sound? Or not yet? Let's see. The mouse is on the floor. I'm gonna get it. Let's see here. It's not picking up the, like it's not directing to the TV. Hold on. Let's try that again. Okay, let's see. Will the speakers make noise? Yes, they will. So there's Linux Lite's little startup sound. Now we're gonna try and see if we can get it to boot into XP Delta Edition, because I just I redid the DVD. It's in the drive right now. I just need to boot into it. No way. It booted into a Linux. I was about to say Ubuntu. It booted into Linux anyway. Is this thing being defiant or is the CD not working? Turns out it was neither of those. I eventually decided to boot into Windows Vista to check if the DVD was even being picked up at this point. When I logged on and went to Explorer, I made a huge discovery. Wow. Mind-blowing news, everyone. The reason it's not booting into Delta XP is because it doesn't even know the DVD is in there. The DVD drive doesn't even work on this thing. Wow. Okay, so the DVD drive doesn't work, so I'm gonna have to use my DVD-RW reader, which is literally redundant. That pisses me off. I guess I'll, whenever I feel like it, I'll attach the ribbons to the floppy disk reader, even though I don't have any floppy drives, or floppy disk thingies. But yeah, the DVD drive does not work. That is surprising. With this disappointing news in mind, I attached my DVD-RW drive, put in the DVD, and booted into it. This is what happened. Alright, so now with the DVD-RW drive, thingy hooked up, it actually picked up the, setup.exe, so yeah, it does actually read this time. So now I have 2 freaking DVD drives for absolutely no reason. That's wonderful. But yeah, it actually does work. DVD's all good. Let's press the exit button in-app for no reason. But shut up. I think it's time that we booted into the thing for real this time. So let's see if the F1 menu will pick it up. Oh, that was setup, not the boot menu. I'm stupid. It does. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's try it. Yeah. All right. XP Delta? XP Delta. Yeah. Nice. So now it's working. Only problem is I have no idea how to tell it where to install. I could just tell it to write straight over the Vista install, like I had nothing on there. I just installed Vista for the sake of installing Vista. Now we're overwriting that because not only is Vista slow and the evaluation period expired, but I am currently recording a much cooler video. Well, I don't even think I recorded myself installing Windows Vista, but that's beside the point. I'm recording a much cooler video for a much cooler concept. Because believe it or not, I like XP more than Vista. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to time-lapse real quick. Because, yeah, this is probably gonna take a while. Okay, setup is starting Windows, so it finally got to the file systems, and setup should be starting shortly. Or not, because that was a lot of drivers. I, for some reason, could not adjust the brightness for the time-lapse, so... Oh, okay. Alright. So... MX is the, Oh, wait. Oh, I think, oh no. I can't remember which one had Linux on it. Judging by the fact that there's an unpartitioned space down here, I'm going to say that this is the one with Vista on it. Wait, I can check. I can check the footage. Hold on. Yup, I just checked. MX is E, so we're good. Wait. Because that down there is MX, so this is the Vista partition. We're going to go ahead and format using the NTFS file system. Yeah, we're all good now. So, things are going better than I thought they were. When the screen blacked out, I thought it was going to like automatically restart and try to boot back into Linux. But it seems that we're all good. I'm going to go ahead and lower the brightness again. Oh, stupid camera. So, there we go. If I need to do another time-lapse, then I will. Yeah. We are officially installing Windows XP Delta Edition. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to time-lapse this. Alright, 100%. So it is now officially installing Windows to the partition. Holy sh**. That was a long time lapse. That took like forever. And I was extremely indecisive about like the position to set the phone, as you can see. As you can see from the time lapse. But wow. That took even longer than the other time lapse, didn't it? But yeah, it should be smooth sailing from here on out, because this is definitely way quicker than the loading all the drivers and shit. Let me lower the brightness. Sometimes I completely forget about the inability to lower the brightness, and then I just don't when I go back to regular recording. Pretty much in the clear as far as I'm concerned. Unless we get a sudden, like, blue screen out of nowhere, but what are the odds of that? I wish I had a freaking tripod to set the phone down on. It's an absolute pain trying to get these handheld shots. Alright. Oh no. Are we doing another freaking time-lapse of these? Okay, restarting computer. Good. That's a good sign. We might have to go to the boot menu, though. I can't trust this damn thing. I don't know why the boot thingy is elevated, like slightly lifted, but yeah, let's go to what was it, Maxter, and I think it should boot. Oh yeah, Windows XP Delta Edition. Look at that glorious lifted up boot screen. Can I fix that in the settings, because like that's honestly annoying. But yeah, we got it working. Windows XP Delta Edition. The audio is going to come out very quiet from the speakers because it doesn't have the oh no. Don't tell me the entire setup process is going to be cut off like this. Ooh, unattended install. That's interesting. Please don't tell me it's going to be cut off like this the whole time. It is. Oh. Can I fix that or something? Because like, it's not normal. Why is it doing that? We can manually adjust the... Wait. Auto. Auto adjust, please wait. Aha! So now we somewhat have the full screen. It's still kind of cut off, but I'm not gonna complain. So yeah. We are officially setting up Windows XP Delta Edition. So I guess I should explain what the f this is while this is setting up. Basically, the Windows Delta series is like a short little series of modified versions of Windows that bring back unused and beta features that were not used in the final build. Like, for example, the boot screen that you saw, it's a combination of the final XP boot screen and one of the codename Whistler beta boot screens. Because the logo was all white and all that. I guess I should re-record the boot screen once I get this set up, but yeah. The Delta series basically brings back a bunch of unused and beta features and all that. Michael MJD has already made a freaking video on this, and he's a lot cooler than I am, and probably does not have social anxiety, because he gets his words out a lot easier than I do. Hell, I might even have a slight speech impediment because I kind of sometimes skip important consonants when I talk. And it's not intentional, I swear. But yeah, if you want to like see this more in depth and with a better narrator, then you can go ahead and watch MJD's video with the card right there, or with the link in the description if you can't see the card, or I just forgot to add it. I don't know, my memory is but yeah, as I was saying about the out-of-box experience, instead of the question mark, we're going to see Merlin, which was briefly the mascot before he got replaced. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Unfortunately, the sound is going to be quite quiet because, unlike Linux, Windows doesn't have options to, like, put the sound over 100%. So that sucks. I couldn't get the audio to route to the TV for some reason. You know what? I have an idea. Give me a second. Okay, so I attached an HDMI cable to the Well, I should say plugged in an HDMI cable to this monitor that should theoretically reroute the display from this one to that one once we get everything like set up and all that. I don't think it's gonna work because sometimes you can't just link the display from one monitor to another and then like set it to extend instead of duplicate. I don't know. My mom managed to do that with her displays for work, and I have no idea how it works. Surely, our organization is going to be XML. Huh. Yeah, I had a feeling this was going to happen before. I obviously do not have a key for Windows XP, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to pirate it. What are the odds that I used a Spanish key on an English Windows mod and it worked? Probably based off of Home Edition or something. Can we skip the password? Yes, we can. Okay, then. May 14th. It is not 3 a.m. It is like 11 at night, so let's set it to Eastern time. Yeah, there we go. Automatically adjust clock, and there we go. So, yeah, we're all set. Oh. Networking settings. Typical, I guess. Okay. I wish I knew how to get the sound working as well. I guess having sound and video at the same time is a feature of HDMI, which this monitor does support, but I don't have any DVI to HDMI converters. VGA to HDMI. Wait a minute. What's that on the back of the Acer monitor? I bet I could probably... If that's DVI, I could use that. Oh, you bet it's DVI. Hold on. Okay, so, it seems that the setup finished while I was hooking up the HDMI, but the sound should work now, and it should come directly to the TV without speakers. Because I mean those cheap speakers. Let's see. Moment of truth. It might be loud as and that's what worries me. Okay. Let's see. Moment of truth. Oh. No sound at all. Okay. And there's Merlin. I'm sorry, Merlin, but I'm all good. Okay, so, the sound is not working, unfortunately. Let's hope it's not on mute or something. It is not. So, I guess the sound doesn't work. That sucks. No out of box music? I swear there was music. Okay, so, we might not have sound. That sucks. Right, as I expected, unable to connect to the internet, so I can't register, so that's worrying. Let's delete my last name. Okay, so here we are, Windows XP Delta Edition. Okay. Ooh, and the recycle bin has handlebars. Dude, that was a thing in the beta. That threw me off. But yeah, as you can see, it's got like all the minor details and everything, like the taskbar not being locked by default, all programs being renamed to more programs. And yeah, the recycle bin actually had handlebars at first. So let's lock the taskbar, because who doesn't lock the taskbar? And yeah, it's got a bunch of extra programs. Ooh, the run icon is different. That too. I think this is the early Luna theme as well. Let's go to properties. Theme Whistler, yeah. Yeah, I think the startup or the start button looks slightly different. Yep, it's ever so slightly different in the Whistler Luna theme. Watercolor. I think this is from like this was from really early Whistler, like while it was still branded as Windows 2000 or something. Or it was more based on Windows 2000. Then we just straight up have classic. Windows XP 2465. Wait, what? This was an actual wallpaper in one of the builds? Holy crap, the window dragging is slow. Dude, this is slower than Vista. Let's increase the screen resolution as much as we can. Oh, we can't. I'm pretty sure this would be capable of more than that, but then again, I don't know how old this thing is, and it's off-brand Sony, for God's sake. But yeah, this is XP Delta Edition. I don't know what to do other than around with the beta stuff. Record and edit video with the older user interface from Windows XP pre-Service Pack 2. Ooh, the Whistler Tor. Plays the Tor... What was that? The Tor flash animation from Windows XP builds 2419 to 2463. Opens an enhanced version of the Tor from Windows XP build 2465. Oh. So the Beta 2 one is better than the original? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, well, proof of concept successful. It does run on this thing. Let's do Control-Shift-Escape. Let's see how much resources are being used. Really? Oh, wow. Dragging a window caused that spike. Dragging a window. Dragging the window uses up 30% of the CPU. That is so bad. Oh my god. That's horrible. I'm pretty sure that's a preference. Hold on. Show window contents while dragging. Let's disable that. Apply it. So now it should be easier. Yeah, that is way smoother. Oh, but it still takes a little while to refresh when it actually moves. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh, wow. Oh my god. So, dragging a window still uses up roughly half of the CPU. That is awful. But once we let go, it goes straight back to normal, which is around like 1 to 5%. Wow. That is something. Also, the slight black bar. Yeah, I cannot fix that for whatever reason. The one thing that I could see myself doing right now is connecting the Ethernet and installing MyPal, because it would be hilarious if I could connect to the internet on this thing. So let me do exactly that. Yikes, man. 600 kilobytes per second. That is really bad. That is super slow. It's not even hitting 600 now. It's staying below. I would say probably 610 tops. That is horrible. Alright, download completed. Let's open. Moment of truth. Can we load YouTube on this absolute snail of a computer? Oh my god, we can. We can load YouTube on this thing. Wow. That even loads faster than the freaking Acer laptop, dude. Let's watch a video about MyPal in MyPal. You know what? Just for the funny, let's see if we can play some Tetris. No, I'm not going to load Tetra.io because that didn't work. I keep forgetting that this is the actual search thingy. The main one, the wider one, it's always looking for addresses, not Tetris.js. Let's see if this loads. Sure did. I'm doing this one-handed. I don't even know how. Ah, I reset. But yeah. Let's why not? Let's take a look at the Whistler tour. Whoa. Okay, that probably wasn't the Whistler tour. Probably just a placeholder, I guess. XP Beta 2? But yeah, that's Windows XP Delta Edition. I finally got it working. Ooh, I forgot I don't have the extras pack, so I can't have the Luna theme. I mean, not Luna, freaking Royale. Alright, well, yeah, I'd say this video was a success. So the only thing that I want to do with this right now is show you the, well, I want to do a restart, so that'll play the shutdown and startup sounds. Because, and then you'll be able to see the boot screen properly this time, because I centered the video. But, let's go ahead and restart. Absolutely beautiful shutdown sound. And for the sake of surprise, I didn't play the startup sound while I was messing around with settings because I wanted it to be a surprise. So let's boot into the secondary hard disk because I think it defaults to Linux. Here is the Windows XP Delta Edition boot screen, properly centered and all. And here's the startup process. That is just amazing. Wow. Honestly, that reminds me of Linux Lite. You heard the startup sound quite a few times earlier. And if you didn't, then it was me. Because it, drove me insane. Trying to get Windows XP Delta to work. But, yeah. That is Windows XP Delta Edition. If you're wondering why my storage isn't suddenly complaining, I moved all of the footage for this video and another one to my gaming computer. Hopefully the electricity bill doesn't skyrocket because I had both computers on at the same time. That was Windows XP Delta Edition, and to finish off the video, I will be shutting down this computer for real this time. And probably not using it again for another few months before deciding to try out Vista Delta Edition, which obviously will be a whole other video. But yeah, kind of funny considering that we just downgraded from Vista to XP to try out XP Delta, and then we're going back to Vista for Vista Delta. But yeah, the operating systems in the Delta series right now are XP, Vista 7, and 8.1. As of right now, the Vista devs do not plan on releasing any more, so it is highly unlikely that we will get a 10 Delta. Or an 11 Delta, considering that 11 is still in development. But yeah. That was XP Delta. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Windows. I should say Windows Delta. But yeah, peace out. All right. See you guys next time.